We're here in the Coolmore covering shed where it's going to come alive in the next couple of months, Mark. So I suppose the big addition here is Blackbeard. He's created a bit of a buzz.
Yeah, look, we're in one of the covering sheds here in Coolmore, and I suppose there's a lot of history here, and I suppose a lot of history still to be made. Blackbeard, we had the ITM Stallion trail through here for the last 2 days, and Blackbeard was a horse I couldn't get over the response and the request to see him. He had such a following, almost a cult following, and people were just so keen to see, can we see Blackbeard, can we see Blackbeard? And he hasn't disappointed. He's a beautiful looking horse. He was an expensive foal. He can walk. He was race record pedigree. So it's a real important thing for every stud to keep new stallions on their roster. And thankfully, we've got a real good value, exciting young horse. He's by No Name Never, who's just gone from strength to strength. He's had the 3 Group 1 winners in 2022. Obviously, Little Big Bear was one of the highest time form rated horse in a long time, 2-year-old. Meditate, she finished off the year in the Breeders' Cup in fantastic style over a mile, so that's going to be interesting coming to Guineas next year. And then, of course, you got the only 2-year-old to win 2 Group 1s in 2022, and that was our very own Blackbeard. So he's a huge addition to our roster, and he's the second son of No Name Never to have here in Coolmore. We've obviously got 10 sovereigns as well, and of course, No Name Never himself.
Yeah, and obviously, just you touched on 10 sovereigns there. He's going to play a part of what is probably going to be the most exciting first season sire championship that I can ever remember. I mean, what's the feeling like on the ground here ahead of what's going to be a really good 2023 flat season?
Excitement. We have a lot of excitement. We've got 3 horses about to have their first runners. We've obviously 10 sovereigns, hugely popular horse in the sales and the covering shed. We've got Magna Grecia. He's a son of Invincible Spirit out of Galileo Mare, the only classic winner by Invincible Spirit, the only Group 1 winner 2 and 3 by Invincible Spirit, and of course he's a half brother to St Mark's Basilica, which is an incredible pedigree update. And then we've got that unbelievably brilliant Calaxy. Obviously, we didn't get to see a lot of him on the track, but when he was on the track, he was so much brilliance that that's a thing that you can't put in. It can only be inherited or passed on. So to have brilliance is a very rare thing in any human or horse or anything in life, and he had it. So it's 3 real good dogs in the fight that we have, and we're hugely excited about the year. It is going to be a very competitive year, so whoever does take that first season's title in 2023 would be well earned.
Yeah, just getting back to No Name Never, I suppose we got a glimpse of what 2023 might bring with Meditate's success at the Breeders' Cup. I mean, there's so much to look forward to with sons and daughters of No Name Never this season.
Yeah, look, it's not just in Ballydoyle. Like the Roisin and Richard Henry's filly ran a hell of a race in the Breeders' Cup as well. They've got the Richard Hannon Trillium as well, which is another exciting filly to follow. There's God, he's a lot of good irons in the fire, and the exciting thing as well, the crops have probably only got better in terms of pedigrees of the mares that he covered. So it's going to be very interesting. The mare's booked into him in 2023 already. His book is effectively closed, and it's like the who's who of the bloodstock world. He's working with all different pedigrees as well. You see in like some Meditate, you've got the likes of Galileo mares, Danicani mares. Like he's working with all different types of bloodlines, Born to See. So you've got all the different kind of bloodlines that work well with him, and it's hugely exciting because it opens up a lot of avenues for a lot of people.
Yeah, just you touched on the buzz that Blackbeard has created here. It is the second and final day of the Irish Thoroughbred Stallion Tour or Trail. And I mean, just what kind of business has been done here? Has it been mostly a casual following, or has it been, business and pleasure here?
Both. It's been amazing who came across our door in the last 2 days. Like an awful lot of French and English breeders and sales companies have been here in the last 2 days, which is incredible. And it's kudos to everyone involved that they turned up, because it's a great chance for people to get out and see the horses over the 2 days. A lot of business, even if it wasn't done today, will come from today. We got a lot of breeders that would be on the road and call in, and of course then you've got a lot of fans. You got people telling you different stories about the horses along the way. It's interesting to hear different people's take or perspective on the stallions that are here, and of course you get people who are lifetime fans of such different horses along the way, and they're getting to meet their heroes as such. So it's lovely to be able to be part of that as well, even if in a small way.
I'm going to throw you one curveball to finish off with. Give me one prediction for 2023.
Oh, God, you have thrown me a curveball.
Either on or off the track.
On the track, I think the Saxon warrior colt from Greenland is going to make a fair bit of noise.